Oopsie. Hello, Squishy Boo. How are you doing? Got anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else in the live? Hey. Hello, everybody. Sorry I'm late. I lost track of time. Normally not late. How's everyone doing in these uncertain times? Hello, everyone. I'm doing pretty good. New glasses? No, I actually didn't need new glasses. I was surprised. 2 years. 2 years without an eye doctor. And I didn't need new glasses, which I was absolutely shocked. I assumed that I needed new glasses. What happened to the mutton chops? I tried to trim them. I think I trimmed them a little too much. But they'll be back in a couple days. Yeah, I'm doing good. Hope everyone out there is staying healthy, staying safe. Michelle, good to meet you at Patriot Park. Oh no. Scarlett, are you going to be wrecking the bunker? Or maybe could you calm down? Don't. Here. Come here. Let's chill. Dana Planet Earth says that liked the GW Zoo episode. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Let me just say something. I got a lot of negative comments. A lot of people didn't like that video. There's like, this place is horrible. The way they treat the animals is horrible. You're a horrible person for supporting these people, for visiting them. You're horrible. I'm never watching your videos again because you're so horrible. Anthony Bomberry, thank you for the super chat. Fist bump. But here's my view on things, is that, Scarlett, you're going to get kicked out. My view on things is that I've never had like an agenda with this channel. This channel has never been about having an agenda or pushing my point of view or pushing a political point of view. It's just kind of about showing the world. And sometimes the world has warts. Sometimes the world is not pretty. So sometimes the things I show aren't going to be necessarily pleasant. That's just the nature of the world, right? Here's the thing. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm necessarily a person that can judge if animals are being taken care of. So I'm not saying that they're being well taken care of. I'm just saying that I don't know. Who's your chair thrower says, don't take them seriously. They're activists and care a lot about animal rights. That's why I got mad. Well, that's okay. I mean, it's okay for them to get mad. I just don't understand why they're mad at me. Like, if you show, like, what's the alternative? If I'm not showing it, it's still going on. It's still happening. And, you know, if I show it and then someone doesn't like it, then do something about it, right? Just my 2 cents. Amped Whale says, I see the video as more of a historical document, neutrally documenting something infamous before it closes. That's what I was going for. Thank you. So, oh, Jeffrey and Anna Moody, thank you for the super chat. Says, hey Jacob, it's your content and your channel. You do it because it makes you happy. You just got back from Kentucky Kingdom. I've never been to Kentucky Kingdom. I drove next to Kentucky Kingdom because they actually, I think this they had, isn't it in right next to the state fairgrounds? So one year I went to the state fair in Kentucky, and I think Kentucky Kingdom was right next door. Where's Morty been? Morty been doing his Morty thing during the unpleasantness, and him and Beard are now going to start making videos again. T Griff 8764, thank you for the super chat. Says, I like your format you have. Well, thank you. It's I take the format I have. I try to basically my format is I just try to show people things that I'm interested in. No, Ryan, I didn't get a chance to. I didn't ask Jordan about Nat getting his action figure made. Mr. Midnight says Gatorland in Florida is far worse than GW2. See, I never saw anything wrong with. Never felt Gatorland was some place that was neglectful of animals. I mean, I'm not. I don't know that I'm necessarily qualified to make that distinction, but you know, I understand people don't. There's a lot of people out there do not like to see animals outside of their natural habitat. I think, and you know, I understand that. It's not like that's like a hard concept for me to understand. Go back to professional wrestling. Oh man, I feel like I don't know. We'll see. Lizzie Stafford, thank you for the super chat. Hello from the UK. Your channel has made lockdown much better. Maybe you want to go to USA even more one day. Stay safe and healthy, my dude. Well, thank you. Shane Madison, do you think the unpleasantness will affect travel in the coming weeks? I have videos. I have about a month's worth of videos in the can right now. And I'm taking it day by day. Things changing day by day. You never know what happens. We could go into another lockdown. We could. We don't know. Things are looking a little scary right now. So I will travel as long as it's safe. And Amped Whales says, seeing fear of submerged animatronics is trending. Yes, I actually noticed this. The reason I noticed it was because my video of the Jurassic Jungle boat ride has actually been getting a lot of attention because of this submechaphobia. So, what's that? Submechanophobia, is it what it's called? Thoughts on the KKK making a comeback? Boo! Down with the KKK. Right? I mean, does anyone disagree? I hate the Ku Klux Klan. Ku Klux. I would say it wrong, too. I would say Clue. It's Ku. You know, it's a very terrible organization based on racism and violence and terrorism. Yes, Joe Davidson is an NC. It's the law to wear a mask. Yes, I've been wearing my mask. You know, and I didn't see that info. Maybe I have to look up some submechanophobia. Look up some other videos. More videos with Boogie. I love hanging out with Boogie. Actually, I went to Walmart the day that they made masks mandatory, and Cardon Rules says Kane is anti-mask. Well, that is ironic. The first day we made mask mandatory, I went to Walmart and not a lot of people were wearing them. I mean, probably more than 50% were wearing them, but I'd say a good 20-25% of people were not wearing them. I went today and majority of people were wearing them. There's probably about 10 people I spotted that weren't wearing the masks. Steel and Wood Riders, thank you for the super chat. It's hello from Ohio. You should come back to Kings Island and ride Orion. Love your content. You know, I like the Cedar Fair parks, but they do not let you film on the rides. Abathone says, love Boogie, don't always agree with him politically, but I still enjoy his videos. Yeah, I don't always agree with Boogie politically, but doesn't mean we can't be friends, right? Because to me, if you're only friends with people that agree with everything you agree with, then you're not doing yourself any favors. Ryan Nodal says, here in Tampa, if you're caught not wearing a mask, it's $500 fine and 60 days in jail. Wow. Are they actually enforcing it? Has anyone actually gotten that ticket? Because they're not doing that here for sure. Here, let me go on my mini mask rant. I was gonna post a video about this, but I don't know. It's so political. It's so controversial. But the thing is, wearing a mask, it sucks. It is uncomfortable. It doesn't feel good. It can make you feel really anxious having something over your face. But the truth is that, the mask is not obstructing your oxygen. It does not lower. They've done tests. If you have, Melissa Winstead says I wear a mask 16 hours a day for her job. So yes, there's people, believe it or not, people wear masks for 16 hours and they don't get this poisoning. The masks, they do not stop your breathing. In fact, if you have breathing problems, that's more reason to wear a mask because, you certainly do not want to get COVID. But, if there is people that genuinely can't wear a mask, then that's just more reason why most of us should wear a mask so that we can protect the people that cannot wear masks. And I think the other part of this is shaming. You're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to change anyone's mind by calling them an idiot, by calling them stupid. Let's try to have nice conversations about this. I feel like if people are not wearing masks, I feel it's because they don't really understand. Steve Boyce has a good point that face shields are less restrictive for people who don't want to wear a mask. I did want to make masks, but when they first passed the law that you had to wear a shirt and shoes in a store, did people get this angry? I don't know. Think about the World War II generation and think about all the sacrifices that generation made with food rations and things like that. Rick W., thank you so much for the super chat. Um, you know, wearing a mask is unpleasant, but it's a way that we can help. It's a way that we can help, and I think it's good to help each other. I think it's good to look out for one another. Panama Red, thank you for the super chat. Says you have so much content. Spent the whole day watching your streams. I'd buy a Carpetbagger mask if you made one. Well, I do want to make them. I just haven't. It's like Spreadshirt's not making them yet, so I don't know the best way to make masks. And I don't. I worry like I don't know. I don't want to like hoard masks or anything. Scott Felton, you are partly right. So Scott Felton says, I refuse to wear a mask because it is illegal to conceal and carry a mask on. That statement in and of itself is true, but there's actually an addendum that you can, that there's an exemption. You can conceal and carry if you're wearing the mask for medical reasons. And because of the times and the reason for the mask, you're definitely allowed to conceal, carry, and wear a mask right now. Knoxville's saying that they'll fine you $50. I thought Kane was against the mask. Maybe it sounds like Kane is for it. Oh, can they make a mask on Vistaprint? I will look into that, Sarah Nova. Thank you for the suggestion. See if the Quilt Museum will make a mask. They won't make me nothing. They hate me. And here's another thing. People, like I said, I understand masks are uncomfortable, and they really screwed up. Dr. Fauci, the CDC, they really screwed up. During the beginning of this pandemic, they said don't wear a mask. They said that a mask could make things worse. Not only could it not help you, but it could actually make things worse. They specifically said don't wear a mask. And now it's a very confusing message when they're telling you have to wear a mask. And I believe the reason that they said don't wear a mask to begin with is because I think they were afraid. They were afraid that people were going to hoard the masks that healthcare professionals made. But that was a big mistake. It was a big mistake. It was just really hard. You tell people one thing, and then you tell them like you have to do the complete opposite of that. It's going to cause problems. Daniel McKee says they lied to us. In a sense, they did lie to us because they told us that masks didn't help because they were trying to stop us from hoarding masks. So they used a lie, and that lie has really done a lot of damage. That's why truth in government's usually a good thing. Sam Mathias, thank you for the super chat. Says, I live in Silva, but I'm originally from Canton. Love your videos. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you. Panama Red says, you still hate quilts? Will you wear a quilt mask? Well, thank you for the super chat. I don't hate quilts. I'm a lover of quilt and quilt-based objects. I don't know if I'd wear a quilt mask, but still. I mean, I think Fauci even said that basically he lied about the masks originally. Gia, thank you for the super chat. Love you, and the video is gonna go to the Dells in August. I love the Dells. I went to the Dells last year. Is that a Yeti on the shelf? Yeah, there's a Yeti right there. Ja Holmes says staying away from people is better. Yeah, I mean, staying away from people is the best. But when you can't stay away from people, that's when the masks come into play. And here's the thing, folks. I really want the country to stay open. I really want Halloween to happen. And I think wearing a mask, if wearing a mask allows me to keep traveling, if wearing a mask allows the country to stay open, then I will wear 100 masks. Not at the same time. One at a time, I'll wear 100 masks. What's my favorite indoor water park? I don't really do water parks. I don't know. I hope 100. No, don't do 100 mask challenge. That might actually suffocate you. Panama Red, thanks for the super chat. Says 2020 is over. I hope not, but I can't really argue with that reasoning. Sam Mathis, thank you for the super chat. Says you can definitely come up and check the Cat Museum in Silva again when he opens up his new big building. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know when we have to move into phase 3 in North Carolina before museums can open. So, yeah, please, guys, wear a mask. I would appreciate it. I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor, but I think it's a good idea. Luis Bennett, thank you for the super chat. Says, hi Jacob, love your videos. I love museums, other attractions. I'm always left by my family and friends as I always stay and read everything. Yeah, different people take in museums differently. A lot of people like to move slowly and read all the plaques and everything. I kind of like do museums kind of chaotically, manically. Yeah, and there's no mask required to Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg. Thank you, Adventure Jar, for the super chat. $20. Help keep the lights on in the bunker. Yeah, these live chats would be difficult if we didn't have lights on. Yeah. So Heather popped by not too long ago. She said that apparently Kane was the only person that was against having masks in Knoxville. Really ironic for someone who spent the majority of their career wrestling in a mask. Go to Fort Smith, Arkansas. What's in Fort Smith, Arkansas? Oh, great indoors with Ed and Michelle. How are you doing? Wonder if Rey Mysterio was. Well, the thing about Rey Mysterio's masks is it doesn't cover. It covers everything except the part that needs to be covered. It literally, the mask does nothing. Whataburger's coming to Tennessee? Oh, that's interesting. We're in Tennessee. And one thing I do suggest for people that for people that are having a hard time getting comfortable with the mask, I mean, I've bought a lot of different masks. I think that you got to kind of try to find the mask that fits for you. Because everyone has a different shaped face. Everyone has a different shape. Different shape mouth. And it's important finding a mask that fits you and fits that is more comfortable for you. And I bought a bunch of different masks where I found ones that were comfortable. Jake Buttram says I can't breathe with a mask that covers my mouth and nose. Here's the thing. You can. Now, I am not gonna argue with you and say that you don't feel like you can't breathe. I understand that um that it is, you know, that it is not, it feels weird. It feels difficult to have a mask. It may feel like you can't breathe, but you can. Yeah, Boogie was wearing the bandana style. Sam Mathis, thanks for the super chat. Yeah, I was actually looking for a mask, like a possum mask. This is what I want. Let me show you guys what I want, though. Look here, my wall. I want to get a Hodag mask. I want to get this design right here put on a mask. I think that would look cool. Just the mouth part of that Hodag mask. I think that would be fun. Someone crashed wearing a mask. People crash all the time without masks. Tough Redstone. I'm sorry to say that I did not have time. I've gotten several suggestions, but I did not have time to stop at the Toy and Action Figure Museum in Oklahoma. Now, someone said someone passed out with a mask. Now, I think like if someone passes out, that's probably. I think the main way that like an actual mask could cause someone to pass out or something like that is probably through anxiety, like through an anxiety attack or a panic attack, and that's a real thing. I mean, I understand that. I understand that some people may not be able to wear a mask without a panic attack, having a panic attack. I would suggest trying on different masks, trying to find one that's comfortable for you. Wear one at home just to get used to it, and maybe try a face shield. Rage Bob 12, thanks for the super chat. There's lots of people up here in Toronto are wearing masks, have been socially distancing. Everything was closed until now. Yeah, Terry, you do get used to it. The first time I wore a mask, I'm pretty sure I took it off. I think I took it off before I left the store because I felt like I couldn't handle it. So yes, it is difficult, and I don't want to be the kind of person that's like, oh, you're a bad person because because it's difficult for you. Um, just considered it. Just work on it. Like the burlap scarecrow mask. I don't know about burlap. Wearing a modified Mankind mask. The Mankind mask didn't cover the mouth either. Chuck Mounts Eastern State Haunted Attraction in Pennsylvania, closed for 2020. Yeah. Rick W. Yes, I was at the Thomas House recently. Thank you for asking. Robert Kurtz has just started patronizing yesterday. Well, thank you. Yeah, the Shield wore I think for a period of time they wore like skull masks down there. Think of it as something cool. Joe Carvalho, thank you for the super chat. Kelly Keith, thank you for the super chat and the cute little fox. Chaos reigns. Do I like Tweetsy or Dollywood better? Dollywood's a much larger, fleshed out park. Yeah, I do see people driving in the car with their masks. I don't get that, but it certainly doesn't hurt anything. Adventure Jar, thank you for the super chat. Says what? Why does chaos reign? There's a movie called Antichrist that comes from. I would say go watch it, but please don't watch it. It's horrible in every sense of the word. Do I think Halloween Horror Nights 30 will still happen? I don't know. SG, thanks for the super chat. Nice to see you, Jacob. Enjoyed experiencing Paramount Alcatraz East. Yes. Paramount and Alcatraz East, two of the really best experiences in Pigeon Forge. Pete Rondeau, how are you doing, buddy? Says not looking good for October. Biglerville, Pennsylvania just canceled their annual fest. Yeah, almost every festival has been canceled. They are opening up the theme parks. I don't know if there's gonna be haunted houses this year, but I'll put a call out. See if we can get some haunted houses. See if we can. We will find some haunted houses. Or not. Maybe we won't, but we'll try. There's fireworks going on outside. Fearless is Indiana Beach is reopening next year. Indiana Beach is opening this year. Sorry to hear that, Pete. Yeah, I think everyone's uncertain. You know, people that run haunts, normally they would be working on the haunt over the summer. So it's just really gonna. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, for people with glasses, get the mask with the wire here. It helps. But honestly, you do get used to the fogging. You kind of get used to it. You kind of quit noticing it after a while. Yeah, Hoosier Boo. I think Indiana Beach is open as we speak. Panama Red, thank you for the super chat. But no, I will never go to McCamey Manor. Never, ever, ever, ever. Someone talking about Tessa Blanchard. I don't know. She might have a hard time finding a job, considering that there's like all that. People are saying that she's a racist. I have been to Coral Castle. Ryan O'Dell. Yes, living in a small town is better during the pandemic. I do know Brett, who owns Fear Fair, said he was planning on opening, but of course, with the caveat that he can't predict the future. Scarlett. You're such a mean girl. Such a mean girl. Scott Felton, thank you for the super chat. Go Kitty. Connor Jared, I almost had a pet possum. I found a possum recently that had the fly egg, covered in fly eggs. Took him to Catman 2 animal shelter where they fixed him up and set him free. Yeah, possum is all better. He got released into the wild. What'd you say? Does the Mickey Mouse hat have my name on it? Let me see if I can. Oh. Yep. It does. Of course, no, I'm not going to look at that back on there. That's the mask. That's the mask. That's the hat I got at Disney World when... Oh, stop! I got that when I was in first grade. Evan Cotner, thanks for the super chat. Says possums are cute. I agree. Stop. Hey! Come on. Don't tear stuff up. Do I collect elongated pennies? I have a small collection. I don't really collect them because I lose them. I'm never able to really... Hey, you. Just knock stuff down. Arch Mortis haunt good. Arch Mortis is one of the best haunts in the country. May end up going back to Arch Mortis, but it just depends. I'm gonna try to find some haunts this year. I'm willing to travel to a state that has them. What? Hey! She's getting dangerously close to getting kicked out of here. When am I buying the Cobra? The Cobra's $180. Scarlett, you have to stop knocking stuff down. How hot was Oklahoma? It wasn't too bad. It had been so hot here in North Carolina. Scarlett, I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna have to put her out. She's having a hard time dealing with this live stream. Come on. Come on, baby. Stop. Sorry, she gets too wound up. She just gets too spastic when we try to do the live streams. Seen any murder chimps? Luckily, I've not been murdered by a chimp. Ghostly Manor in Sandusky, Ohio. Great year-round haunt. I don't know if I've heard of that. Pete Rondeau says, have I been north to the Kenobi Lake Park? Let me tell you guys something about Kenobi Lake Park. I wanted to go. I'm planning a trip, and I wanted to go to Kenobi Lake Park. But in order to get to Kenobi Lake Park, you have to drive through the 3 forbidden states: New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey. So I don't know I can't figure out what the law is. Am I allowed to drive through those states as long as I don't stay in them? I mean, can I drive through them and go to New Hampshire? Is that allowed? I don't know. I haven't been able to figure that out yet. I read the executive order. PDXer says, yes, it's a free country. Is it? Is it? Seriously, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to break any laws. I want to obey all state laws, but Cardano rules says only plan to stay. Is that it? I mean, do we have confirmation? I'd really like Jeff Bach. There is no other route. Look at a map. There's a map. You cannot get to New Hampshire. You cannot go from North Carolina to New Hampshire without crossing through New York. It's impossible. I don't know if am I gonna get pulled over for having a North Carolina license plate. The Moff says, I just drove from Arizona to Missouri with no issues. Well, I don't think there's any states that are banning people from other states along the way there. So, I don't know. Panama Red says, thank you for the super chat. First of all, it says, mask for people not wearing one seems incredibly selfish. I definitely encourage people to wear masks when it's appropriate. Cold Mike says you should go see the rocket fire explosion at the Kansas bar. I don't think that's there anymore. Pretty sure that closed down. Rocket fire bar in Kansas City. I'm pretty sure it closed down. Pete Rondeau says Santa's Land in Alabama? I don't think there's a Santa's Land in Alabama. There's one in North Carolina. Creative Guy says don't take a mask off to cough. No, I'm not. I always leave my mask on if I have to cough. Big Red NC says, when are you going to meet up with Adam the Woo again? Reunion? Thank you for the super chat. I don't know. There's no plans in place. Is there really a Santa's Land in Alabama? I thought I knew about all of them. Rick W., thank you for the super chat. Does any plans to have Greg Clark over some more North Carolina ghost country stories? Maybe. Ryan Nodal says, I saw the video of you going to the bathroom and using the same urinal as JFK. That was the video where everyone accused me of crossing the line. A lot of people did not like that video. Thought that I took it a step too far. Chuck Mon says, you can travel through the tri-state. No problem. Everyone is out in NYC. Mama Nova says, the requirement of the travel advisory does not apply to any individual passing through the designated state for a limited duration through the course of travel. Where did you read that? Not that I do believe you. I do believe you. That sounds about right, but I'd love to see just so I know that's official. Ryan Payne says, I love New York. I don't know how the executive order works. It would be nice to know myself. Not sure how they could tell. See, I'm not trying to get around any rules. I'm not trying to beat any rules. I just want an answer to my question. JH, please don't call people morons in my live stream. This is a place where we talk to each other with respect. What's my question? Okay. My question. If I'm driving from I'm planning on driving from Pennsylvania to New Hampshire. Can I cross through New York if I don't stay there, if I don't stop there, if I don't do any attractions there? Can I pass on through to New Hampshire without breaking any laws? Everyone is saying yes. And I believe you. Thank you. But do you know where I can get this in writing? I'm a Nova. I think I might have missed something from you. Says like, let me go through here, see if I missed something. Mama Nova, what gives me restrictions for every stay? I'd love to go to Lake Compounds, but I'm not allowed because I'm from North Carolina. Chris Val says, live in Massachusetts, just went through this. So what happened? Did you talk to someone? Because the consensus seems to be that I can do that, but I just want to be sure before I want to be 100% sure before I try to do anything like that. They posted on New York government. Okay. Yeah, NC is a hotspot. Stopping at rest stops for vehicles, buses, and or trains. Okay. Pete, you are so right. Okay, Pete Rondu says Lake Compounds has one of the largest haunts in the country, and nobody in the haunt industry knows about it. So I went to Lake Compounds. I I went there because, so I wanted to film it because it was the oldest theme park in the country. So I get there, and it is haunt season. So I figured probably they're gonna have some sort of haunted house walkthrough or something. So I go get in line, and I am blown away. This is a singular haunt. It takes an hour to walk through the entire haunt. It is nuts. It is one of the best haunts in the country, and I had no idea until I showed up there. Someone asking about North Carolina is the COVID's way up. Numbers are way up. But it looks like people are finally wearing masks. So we'll see if they go down. I know. I feel bad now that I didn't go. I just ran out of time. I didn't have time to go to the Action Figure Museum. Did I get the wax handle bucker? No, it's still put away. Yeah, people keep asking about the chops. I tried trimming them, but I cut them a little too close. They'll grow back though. What is my favorite and least favorite haunt? I don't like to badmouth haunts. Okay, maybe I'll say my least favorite haunt is the zombie. I went on a dark ride at the Kentucky State Fair, and there literally was nothing in it. Like, it was just dark, and it was a ride. So, in that, Chuck Pound says Ernie made that haunt by hand. The Bass Man hurts. Are you talking about Lake Compounds? So Pete, you're telling me that Lake Compounds' haunt is the biggest, best kept secret in the haunt industry? It was so good. It was so good. Check out my Lake Compounds video if you haven't seen it. Gaming Casanova says that's why I said least favorite. We had one of these empty haunted house rides at County Fair. The worker pushed your car through an empty building. Do you know what? I think the one I went to in Kentucky, I think the thing couldn't build up enough momentum, and I think the guy was having to go in there and like push people. Ryan Nodal. That was actually came to mind. The haunt at York's Wild Kingdom. It's just, yeah, it's just like a building with like a few spots that have like rotten Halloween decorations. And probably the worst haunt. Oh. Cold might guess if the Funtown Mountain video is the most viewed. It actually is. Second Chair says, was it Hillbilly Gardens that had the possums? Yes, they did. Argo Human. No, I've actually never visited the museum in Hot Springs, North Carolina, even though I live fairly close. One time I found this dark ride at this weird pop-up amusement park in Branson, Missouri. That's gone now. It was like a dream. And they had this dark ride that had all the lights on and a lot of stuff in it. And it, yeah, that was a weird encounter. Chuck Mounts says, did you do the Knoebels dark ride? You're talking about the Haunted Mansion? Yes, love it. Love it. One of my favorites. Kevin Wilkinson says, ever been to a presidential library before? Yes. I've been to Reagan, Carter, Lincoln, Nixon, and Clinton. I think that's the ones I've been to, if I'm not forgetting. I'm wanting to hit up the George W. Bush one in Dallas, but I have not got around to it. Yes, Ryan, the Haunted Rickshaw dark ride was insanity. Absolute insanity. I do have some videos in the can with dark rides that are not featured on this channel before. Mama Nova says, when you get a chance, I sent a link to travel restrictions to a messenger. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That might actually be very helpful. So I'm allowed to like stop and pee and get gas. Wade Dog says, do you have any thoughts or feelings about the Exotic Joe's Zoo that you couldn't say here, that you can say here? So here's the thing. Like, it's pretty clear. Like I said, I got a lot of crap from that video. I didn't intend to take a side. I really do feel like that type of attraction is... Six Flags Amusement Parks in Texas closed yesterday. Uh-oh. That's not good. I do feel like the era of coming and seeing an animal in a metal bar cage it's probably over. I mean, I don't think majority of the public wants to come and see an animal in a metal bar cage. You know, not everyone can afford to go to big expensive zoos. But, you know, if you want to see animals, you're probably best going to an accredited zoo and not a roadside zoo. And I'm not saying that there's not good roadside zoos out there, or that there's not roadside zoos where they care about Ryan, yeah, I thought the one in Branson was really well. Seemed like the animals were really well taken care of. I thought Wild World was a good attraction. I thought the animals seemed like they had good space. Yeah, I know. Like when you see animals pacing back and forth, I think that's not a good sign. But see, that's like I said. I just said earlier in this chat that I don't have an agenda. This channel isn't about agendas. I'm showing you something, and you can make your mind up yourself. You're all very, very smart people. Yeah, places like the Bear Zoo, Ryan. I understand they're from a different time. That's the best way I think I can describe them. Well, here's the thing: everyone should be happy because the zoo is getting shut down. Did you miss that part? They're moving it to a new facility. I don't know. Maybe their new facility is awesome. I haven't been there. So yeah, my understanding is that Jeff Lowe gets to keep the animals. Carol gets the property. Are they being investigated? Well, Carol may end up with the Tigers anyways. If they get closed down, if they get shut down, it's gonna be hard finding a place for all those tigers. There's a lot of tigers. P. Wayne Smith. Yes, you can buy birds at Parrot Mountain. Kevin Wilkinson says Queen Mary is closing down. Oh wow, did not know that. Wait a minute, they're being investigated like now it's something new. I don't think you can just release tigers in the wild like that. What's been closed for over 2 months? Oh, the Queen Mary's been closed down? So it's not opening back up? Oh, wow. That's nuts. I'm glad I stayed there when I had the chance. No Dark Harbor this year? Yeah, but that... Gosh. I hope we can have a good haunt season in 2021. 2021, the return of Halloween. I don't think there's any decision made on Halloween Horror Nights. Antiques Emojis says an anonymous person took pictures of the poor conditions the tigers are in. Well, maybe it wasn't anonymous. Maybe it was Maybe they saw my video. I don't know. Reaper's Revenge. Yeah, we're just going to have to look and see what haunts open, if any, and we will go. Why did the guy flick off the camera? I just think that's just his personality. All right, guys. Well, I had some things to do tonight with the family, so I'm going to have to hop off here. Thank you for everyone who left a super chat. Thank you for everyone who joined me here tonight. I don't know. I may be out of town next week, but we'll see about doing a live stream. We'll just see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated. But until next time, there should be the new video in the morning. Until next time, this one's in the bag. # Team Balto.